Hey everyone, this is Megan Caper, and I wanted to talk to you today about sort of the three components I see to having well balanced health. And when I do my work, I work on these three areas with people all the time. And in my own personal development and like quest towards better health and happiness, sort of these are the three areas I work on as well. So I just wanted to go over these and break them down for you, and hopefully this will help some of you be able to think about this in a new way or a different way. So the three areas I generally feel like we need to all work on to become more balanced are the physical body, the emotional body, and sort of the spiritual connection or spiritual body. And all three of these are really, really important. I think that our systems do not see these as separate. Our human brains love to sort of break things down and classify them. It helps us make more sense of things. It's a great meaning-making tool to break things down and sort of have a metaphor, a diagram, or a map, right, of what it looks like. But I feel like when I'm working on these, I bounce back and forth all the time. And I feel like people's bodies see these as one system. So for what it's worth, I don't think our consciousness, our body mind see these as separate, but I think for the value and sort of thinking about how to work with these for better health and happiness, it's important to sort of look at them as these individual systems. It just sort of helps us. So physical body is everything you think of in terms of physical. So it's, all of our, organs, endocrines, body parts, our cells, our skin, our immune system, our cardiovascular system, our nervous system, all of those things, as well as energetic body parts that don't have a form. So that would be chakras, the meridian systems, and other things like that affect our physical body and are energetic, but don't actually have like a body part associated with them. Like the, kidney meridian, you can't open someone up and see it, right? It's just an energetic body part. So for physical body, I mean both the physical and the energetic body parts. And obviously, if any of those get out of balance, it can cause physical symptoms or it can cause emotional symptoms as well. Our emotional body are sort of the emotions that come up in us in reaction to what's happening in our lives, right? So, something happens and you have sadness come up. And for different people, sadness may be in different parts of the body. Generally, I feel it sort of in my chest when I close my eyes and I imagine being sad. There's sort of this almost like heart-wrenching feeling, right? But it could be gut, it could be head, it could be anywhere. Or, joy, you may feel in a different part of your body, or anger in a different part of your body, right? But all of these emotional reactions are super helpful information to tell us what's important to us, where our values lie, and what direction we should be taking in life, right? Because if you're having an emotional reaction to something, that can either tell you, like, I want to go towards that, right? If I'm feeling joy, I want to go towards that. Or it can be something like anger, where it's like, oh no, you trespassed across one of my values and I'm not happy about that. It's making me angry, right? I'm angry at that. So the example I give all the time is like road rage, right? So I get angry when someone cuts me off on the freeway because one of my values is that people should be relatively polite and nice when they're driving, right? But if my value was that people should be rude and selfish while they're driving, then it wouldn't bother me if someone cut me off, because that would just be expected behavior, right? I wouldn't have an emotional reaction to that. I'd just be like, oh, okay, yeah, you cut me off. And then the last piece that I want to talk about is this spiritual connection. So that's our own personal connection to divine spirit, universal consciousness, God, goddess, whatever you want to call it. I think it comes by many names, Atma. And that comes from our awareness and our knowledge of how we are a piece of that universal consciousness, or a piece of that God energy or goddess energy, or whatever you want to call it. And figuring out, as we move through this life, what are the unique spiritual lessons or problems you're trying to solve, sort of almost like when we come here each time we incarnate as human, we're given like a certain set of spiritual puzzles that we're supposed to work on. And it may be that we work on this over the course of one lifetime, or it may be that we work on this over the course of many lifetimes. It just sort of depends on the problem. And you may be at the very beginning of trying to figure out this problem, or you may be like really near the end where you're really sort of, it's all coming together and you're starting to figure this spiritual lesson out. So those are sort of the three components that I see when I work with clients. And all three of them need to be in open communication. So the physical body needs to be in open communication. The emotional body needs to be open. You need to be aware of your emotions and what's coming up. And then the spiritual connection needs to be open as well. That communication between you and that part of you that's divine needs to be open. And then all three of those need to also be in communication with each other. So that's sort of the key as well. Again, like I said, our bodies don't see these as separate. Your physical body and your spiritual body are part of one continuum. So if any of those are sort of disconnected, if you're living, too much in the spiritual side and not taking care of your physical body, or any of the combination, then things can get out of whack and symptoms can pop up that way as well. Symptoms meaning physical symptoms, symptoms meaning just unhappiness with your life, just anything that feels sort of out of sorts, physical, emotional, or spiritual. So I hope that was helpful. I just sort of wanted to pop on and share, my view on this and sort of how I see these things and what I work on balancing when I'm working with people to help their body minds become happier physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So yeah, I hope that was helpful, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And if you're interested in learning more, please come visit my website. It is just my name, www.megancaper.com, megancaper.com. All right, I hope you're doing well, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.